Okay, good morning everyone. So in the last tutorial, we have finished the basic stage setting and then also the rocket. So now it's time to finish um, our game castle. Okay, and that one probably, well, it will be way more easier compared to the rocket and the stage. But it requires some basic understanding about design drawing. And the drawing doesn't mean sketch or freehand drawing. It's more about that kind of construction drawing. And that's very important when you are going to make any kind of blueprint for fabricate your model, or you are going to make a prototype and you need to do this kind of drawing for your fabrications. Alright, so let's start. I will hide the stage and also hide the rocket. Go to shading mode. Alright, so actually if you take a look of our reference image on our Facebook teaching group, the model, the game castle, is pretty simple. It's just a box and with a screen and probably 4 or 3 different type of buttons. That's all, nothing special. And for the eyes, actually we can do that inside Grasshopper, but still we will make a model first and then import that one into Grasshopper so that we can use that as the basic reference to move and to change inside Rhino Grasshopper. Okay, so let's start. First things for sure, I'm going to draw a rectangle. That's the basic shape. I'm just going to make a 2D drawing of the face of the facade of the game console. So let's choose this one as the first point, and the second length of the second point, I guess it can be 50. Okay, and the height I would like 80, just like this. Probably a little bit too high, but it's okay, up to you. I will move this one to the center, and right now turn on the grid snap so that it can help us to catch the center. And this one is the middle center. Hold on your shift key so that you can move smoothly. Alright, so now this one is in the center, and I don't want to change anymore. I think for now it looks fine and good. So first thing is because it has a round corner, so I'm going to use in fillet curves right here and to fillet the corner. So this part I will type in 5 centimeter. 5. This one as well. Okay. So now this is the basic shape of the game console. And next part I'm going to offset a screen right here. So let's type in offset surface. Oh sorry, not surface, but curve right here. So let's offset. And it depends on you. I think just like 5 it will be fine. You can try because it will give you a review just like this. Okay, and when you do the offset, because due to the offset distance, the corner will disappear just like this because they are merged into one vertex, so they will disappear. But I think this distance will be fine. Okay, so this is the basic shape of the screen, but I will smaller this one. So right now I think the total height of the game console is 70. So we reduce around 2 times about 5 centimeters. So right now it's 60. So I think it's too much. So let's reduce 30. Still too much. 10. Okay, this one looks fine. And for the corner, I still want to have a little radius. So a little fillet curves. So probably type in 3. There we go. Just like this. Okay, now we have this. And next part is about the buttons. The button is pretty simple. It's just using simple geometry, but we need to do the layout first. Just like when we are working on graphic design, I will try to draw some guiding line to help us. So like this one, this is a guiding line. Let's copy to the other side. Control T, trim, like right here, trim. Trim the outside curve. And yeah, also here, I think right here we also need some guiding line to help us to locate the button. Sorry for that. Let's undo. Control T, choose everything. Sometimes if you don't know how to use in train, which one is the cutting object and which one is you want to use it for cutting, just select everything, and then you can just choosing the one which you want to delete, and usually it will work. All right, so now we have this, but I also want to delete this part. So let's choosing the curve right here, and let's divide the curve. I will divide all of them into 6 will be fine. Okay, you will divide your curve into 6 sections. Okay, so I think this part we're supposed to have cross sections buttons. So let's do that, okay? And for cross section button, I think I would say it's very easy to do. Right now, I want to turn off the grid snap because it's a little bit annoying. So let's just using rectangle to draw. So the width of the rectangle can be 1, but to less, 5. Okay, perfect. And the length, the height, supposed to be 20. Sorry for that. 5, enter. And this one, 20, enter. Okay, so now we have the first one. And for the other side, just rotate. Hold on your Auto key and rotate 90 degrees, and you will become like this. And we can delete this inner side, just like what I say. If you don't know which one for cutting, which one is the cutting up, which one is the one you want to cut, so just Control T using string, select everything, enter, and just delete the one you don't want to leave, and it will work. If you think it's still too big, we can reduce this one a little bit, or just using scale. We can just directly using scale. Hold on your shift key and scale. But it will look like this. But this one looks like the old kind, let's say old school Nintendo game console. So I think it will be fine. So I will leave this one like this. Let's do it again. Hold on your shift key and scale down. Probably I will type in a number 0.8. Okay, looks cute. And where I want to put, I want to put probably inside the second zones or something. Let's try. I'm not so sure. So probably this one for sure supposed to be located in the center. And if you want, usually I think I hope these two things can collision with each other. But it's up to you. I think if we don't, it still looks fine. And I want to put the center right here. So let's draw a line to help me to locate the options. Let's type in move. Move this one here. Okay, perfect. So this is the first concept. And for the rest, I think it's pretty simple. Just go to polygon. The first one is triangle. So let's type in a triangle. Go to the polygons and type number of sides, choosing 3. And hold on your shift, move this one to this side, to the y directions. And the size you can choose, I think for now it doesn't matter. Probably I will just type in 3. 3 is too small, probably. So I will type in 6. Okay, 6 is fine. Alright, so I will put this one in the middle of these two lines. So I'll draw another guiding line to help me. And also right here, I draw a guiding line again. Type in move. Okay, move this one here. And here I'm going to put probably like a circle one. So I'm going to draw another section line in the middle to help me to locate these positions. Alright, so let's draw a rectangle, and this one is, I think it can be smaller, maybe 4. And 4 by 4. Alright, so let's move. Okay, smaller. And the final one, the circle one. Circle one could be smaller as well, so I will draw right here. Maybe bigger, like this. Okay, so we don't need to draw again. And this one, draw a guideline to help me. Okay. Alright, so this is the layout of my game console. But I want to move this one inside, and for now I don't care whether it is in the center or not. So let's just move this one inside. Okay, so this is the layout. So we don't need another one anymore. I will just delete them. We can just directly delete all the guiding line and all the reference right here. But I want to keep the outside border. Okay, I want to keep them and select all of them, Ctrl J for join and offset again. I want to create another set right here. Probably that we can say that it was kind of detail. So probably offset 3 and 3 is too much. Just choosing maybe 1. Okay, 1 is fine. So let's delete and move this one inside, probably 3. Alright, so this is the basic layout, and it's up to you if you want to create another corner. Usually in the real world, there is no way to make a completely a sharp corner like this. So if you want to make your model more realistic, you have to bevel everything, but it will take a lot of computer resource to do that. So I will just stay like this, okay? So this is the basic layout, and if you want to see that, we can make a dimension for you. Roughly, this one is 80, and this one is 50, and this one 30, 40. Okay, and for the rest part, it doesn't matter, you can choose by yourself. Alright, so this is the blueprint of the game console, and for the thickness we can do that just manually. We don't have to we do have to predefine that. Okay, so let's keep moving. Alright, so once we finish this one, I will move all this number to the node. Okay, so once we finish this one, it's time for us to do the game console. Very easy. So first things I will use in planar surface to planar this one and extrude. Probably the thickness is supposed to be -3 or 2 less. Maybe 10. Okay, more or less. It looks okay. And for this part, we can just directly delete. We can just using split. I want to use the screen to cut off the face of the box. So let's do that. Okay, using split, choosing this one, and using this for split. And there's a little trick we can do, but it's just a demonstration, so you don't have to do that for now. So let's choosing all of them. If you remember, we can using hold on Shift and Control to select the subdivisions phase on a subdivision model, and actually we can do that in surface model, multi-surface, polysurface model as well. So we can select this one and select this and type in -3 and it will extrude. So that's another way for extrude. Okay, let's do that again. Select, hold on your auto key and -3. Right, too less, sorry for that. Too much. Let's look. Okay, just like this. And usually you can just cut off and move this one and loft, but it would probably more time consuming. But anyway, that's about how we can make the game screen. Alright, so the rest of the part, let's do that again. And just choosing split, choosing the face, choosing the circle, choosing the curve, and join them first. And hold on your Shift and Control and select the blue dot and -2 move them down, right? And I want to move all of them down. Actually, it looks a little bit weird, so let's undo that. So hold on, shift the control and negative, probably just negative 0.5. Okay, very smooth. And move all this curve down, negative 0.5. Okay, and planar surface. Now let's select all of them. And for this one, I think it's supposed to at least 1. Okay, extrude. So basically we have a rough outline of the GAM console. So for sure you can keep creating some detail. For example, you can try to make some deep bevel curve for the border. Like, okay, I'm trying to type this one. But it will take you some time to feel this part, because uh, that's the things about random sheets. If you want to precise, you need to take time to feel that to solve that. And for this one as well, probably too much. So let's do that. Maybe just point. Okay, 0.5. Okay, so this one it will work. And this one is too complicated, so I don't want to do that. And you might find out there is a very weird edge right here. How can we fix that? Actually, we have to do that manually. We have to extend them first. And for this one as well. By this time, you need to use in scale 1D. Select the middle point, turn off the project. Okay, just like this. Okay, so now you have the cross section in the middle, so you can just using split right here. Select this one, select the split object, and select this one, select the split object, and you can get the middle. So usually that's the way when we are working on product model. That's the way we need to do that. And for sure, right now there is some advanced tools for making nice and smooth bevel. But I think at the very beginning, it's a good thing for you to try. Okay, so now we have, and select all of them for join. Alright, and for this one, let's do it. Just do the same things, okay? So this one is easier because we don't need to use in scale 1D. So select everything, enlarge, and Shift and S using split. Select all of them. Split, split, split. Okay. If you haven't finished split, just do that manually. Using this one, this is the one we want to cut, the one we want to use for cutting. Okay, just like this. Okay, now we have. And for the circle, because it was a linear curve, so we just select all of them and join them, it will be fine. Alright, so right now, only thing left is that whether you want to create more detail or not, actually we can create a little edge, little gate between the button and the the surface of the game console. So let's try to do that, okay? Offset, and I will offset again just 0.5. I think it will be fine. And for this one as well, let's do the same things. Select the curve, right? And for this one, let's do the same things, right? So I want to hide this one first. Control H for hiding. And now I'm going to use the enlarge curve to cut the surface. So let's using split, choosing the face, choosing the curve right here. And let's just using the old trick. Select open, join, and hold on your Shift and Control. Select the subface. We can delete for now. Unfortunately, this one probably because due to the curvature is not continuously, so we cannot use it like that. But yeah, that's okay. Let's just use an old trick. Let's trim again. Choosing all of them. Move them down. Negative. Sorry. Actually, we can just directly. We don't before we using the merge Control J join. Let's make them separate. Okay. Make sure they are separate object. Select everything, and you can just type in extrude surface, and I'm going to choose in empty, so you don't have to choose in solid. Okay, make sure they are empty and also not both sides, just one side. So moving down, probably for negative, sorry, just 0.5. Okay, so now we have this one. Let's choose in then. Moving down, -5, and join them together. Alright, so now we have this gap. We don't need the curve anymore, so we can just delete them and call out your stuff right here. There is a gap in between them, so we can just directly select all of them and scale 1D. Scale choosing this one. And it's better for you to transform to wireframe. Okay, so now we have the button. Let's take a look of the render mode. So you can now you have a stronger edge, just like they have a gap in between them and between the buttons. And final things I want to do is to create a corner for the object, but it will be a little bit annoying because in order to do that, let's take a look. Because this one is an intact surface, but this one is not. So if you do that, you will create this kind of stuff. So let's explode everything first. Select the border curve. Right? And I will go to here, duplicate curve from object and duplicate border. Now we have the border curve. I'm going to rebuild them. Alright, let's forget about this. It's too annoying. Let's forget about this. Not to do it in this way. Let's just using an old trick, which means we have to cut off this one. Let's draw the line first to help us to cut off the border. Alright, so let's using split right here, split, choosing the surface and choosing a curve. Cut them into couple sections, and now it's supposed to work. So just using the fill layer curve surface and type in 0.5. Okay, so now we have that. And for the other side, I think I don't want to do that again. So that's choosing everything, Ctrl J. And for the other side, actually, we can just mirror it, or you can do that manually as well. Alright, I will leave that part for yourself. So next thing is, now we have the button, and also right here we have the panel. I want to change the color, but for now I have already set everything inside one object. So for certain part we need to explode and we need to separate and using group. So first thing is, let's go to new layer and create a Game Boy. Let's call this one Game Boy. And I'm going to create sublayer. So this is the body color, and this is the screen color, and uh, this is the button color. And for button one, we can just base on the different object, because this one we only use that for once, so I think it doesn't matter. And the inner panel. Okay, and then change the color. The body I want to change, maybe light green or maybe light blue color or something. I want to use in this. Okay, and the material, don't forget to change the material. That's more important than the display color, otherwise you will not see that. Okay, and I'm going to go to costume, and I'm going to rename this one screen. No matter what kind of software you are going to use, it's better for you to manage your model. Especially you are using Blender, because Blender is lack of, let's say, it's a little bit lack of control. So at the very beginning, you might think, oh, it's so intuitive and very useful. But in the end, when you are going to make big project or important project, you will find there is full of bugs and, and problems. So it's better for you to have these kind of customs. Uh, Try to manage your model by yourself. No matter you're going to use in Maya or Blender or 3ds Max, it's the same things. Okay. Okay, here's the screen color and the reflectivity, stronger. Sorry, this one is the screen 2, and this is the body. And the button doesn't matter, so I will just randomly choose a color for them. And the body inner, I think maybe just a darker, deeper blue color, and it's still pen color. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's choosing all the button to the button layers. And also I want to change the display color as well. And also here, let's change the color, body inner, correspond plate. So we need to explode this one. So deselect the inner part, Ctrl J again. So now we have the screen. The screen is supposed to be here. So let's change the layers, and the plate is right here. And for the body, let's join them again. Alright, so this is a basic one, and let's go to render mode. Okay, looks fairly okay. You have a reflection, and well, for the bevel probably we can be more, but well, fairly okay. And now let's change the color for the buttons. So let's go to the, rather than using layers, because for layer, all the material for the button we were only using for one, so I think there's no need for us to do that. Yeah, using the layers. Also, at this part, I think we missed that. Let's join them again. Okay. So let's choose the buttons, and I'm going to assign material for the button by the object rather than the by the layers. So let's go to go to the object data property, go to material, and go to use new material. And I'm going to use pen again. And for this one, I guess I can use, yeah, red color will be fine. And maybe metal. Okay, you will have a strong reflection. And for this one as well. And don't forget to rename them. We'll call them B1. And again, use new material. Metal. And this one is green. That's green color. B2. And this one, use new material, customs, B3. And this one will just keep like this, okay? So basically we have finished all the thing, all the model, the game console model, but we forget one thing, the eyes. Basically in my models, on the eyes it's just very simple, a cross section and a circle, and also I have a little, the mouse right here. So let's go to shading mode and uh, let's draw again. I still hope you guys can have the customs to draw guiding line, especially you are working in Rhinosys. If you are working in Blender or if you are working in Maya in the futures, basically we'll use in different way. For Rhinosys, for Maya we will use a locator, and for the for Blender we will use the cursors. Okay, so let's type in negative 2. That's to less. Negative 10. And for the other side, just mirror it. Okay. It just helped me to find the pose of the pose of the eye, but actually we still can do that manually. Or let's draw the eye. So I think this time we don't need to do that in a very specific way. So I will just draw that manually, 90 degree. Let's use in trim. Select them. Select them. Just in case I don't want to select the surface, so you can select everything, move them into game body and lock in. Alright, so now I will knock. Okay, so this is eyes. Ctrl J, type in center surface and move them. Draw a guiding line to help me locate the center, or you can turn on the sand, but usually it will cause some problem, so I don't like to use this way. Let's use move this one here, move this one up a little bit, just move it 1 centimeter high, probably too much, just 0.5. Okay, and the other side it can be a circle, then the surface again, move this one up. Okay, and right here I'm going to draw, using this way again, copy, and I'm going to cut this one into half, so using the line to help me, Ctrl T for trim. Okay, so this is the face of your game console. Let's move this one up, and this one move this one here, and I will select all of them, Ctrl G for grouping, and this one face. You can change your color for that, but it doesn't matter because we are going to import them into Rhino Grasshopper later. But I still will do some setting about the material. Custom, and I want to use an emissions, which means it will emission colors and emission light. Alright. So for the rest of the part is about the curve. I don't want to use a curve anymore, so this time we can use a filter. Filter is the one which can help us to select the things we want to select and ignore the one we don't want to use. So right now I just want to I want to select the curve and delete all of them. So I will deselect the polyface. So if you uncheck this point, uncheck this box, you will not select the surface anymore. So right now I will only select the curve. So you can delete and then select them again. So now you can select the object. So let's unlock them and select all of them, Control G for grouping. So now we have finished the game console. Let's turn on everything, okay? I think it's time for us to turn on everything. Not the, this is the rocket model. Move this one up, name this one, okay. Alright, so now we have the game console right here, and we have the stage and the rocket. So it's time to do the layout for our design work. So basically, it just depends on you. The original one, because it has a very precise scale, so I will not change that. I will still keep right here, and right here, probably just based on my reference image. So I will do that. There's a rotating one, and if you want to do the precise things again, I will still draw in guiding line to help me to do the layout. But it's not really matter because right now it's just a visual model, so you don't, even it's not precise, it actually doesn't matter. Alright, I will move this one here. Okay, looks fine. And for this, I want to put then probably just put here, here, and here. So, and also one on the stage. And also I will scale down everything. So type in 0.8. Oh, sorry, maybe just 0.5. Ah, too much. Okay, 0.8 would be fine, or 0.7. 0.7. Okay, and I want to move this one in the center. So again, I will draw a guiding line to help me. Go to the top view. Let's do the top view first, okay? So let's use a move and turn on your project so that you can snap the ground curve. Alright, so and for this, hold on your shift key to copy. I will copy another one right here. Actually, we can just use in copy. Because we using this way we can find the reference point. So maybe just like here. Okay, just like this. And then change the height. For this one could be smaller. 0.7 again. We can adjust the height later, and for this one smaller again. Alright, and also this one I want to put them in the center. So let's do that again. Draw a guiding light to help me. And move. Alright, then adjust the height. It doesn't have to be very precise, so I will just put it like here. Okay, and we can delete that. And for the game console, well, let's copy, and I will enlarge this one 1.5 bigger, and rotate 90 degree right here. Maybe bigger. 1.5 again. And for this one, rotate. Smaller. Okay, locate them in the center. And for this one, move closers. Okay, so now let's try to put some decorations. So let's using this one, Shift Ctrl G and copy this button to the place which we want to put. I will select everything and then adjust the position later. Okay, and I don't want to use in project anymore, so let's just copy them to the positions. Let's scale all of them into 2 times bigger. Hold on your Shift key, 2 times bigger, maybe even more. And then let's move the buttons to the position you want, like this one here, and scale down a little bit, 0.7. Okay. Okay, for the other side, let's just do the same things. Copy. Hold on your Shift Auto key for copy. Move them here. Just enrich the visual effect of your model. Alright, so the rest of the part I will delete them, and for the original one, just hide them. Okay, so let's take a result. Go to render. Alright, pretty much finished. And for sure we have some circle on the I think we have create in the reference model. I have created some sphere. You can do that as well, or you can try to use it another way. So for example, yeah, you can do that. It's just a decoration, so I will not move them because I will not import them into random grasshopper because it will be too heavy for the at least for my laptop to compute. But if you want to move them, it's a very easy way, and so that you can move the size and positions based on based on your voice. So if your laptop is good enough, you can try to do that. But this time I will just ignore that. So let's choosing probably this one. I will give them yellow, and this one gold. Red color, blue color. Alright, and some people might ask me how to make cloud. So actually pretty simple. Let's just use in sphere and copy this one, and scale down. Usually if you want to make realistic cloud, the best way to do that is using particle system, just like Maya or Houdini. But uh, this time we are just working on something more, let's say, low poly or fairy tale like cloud. So I think just using the way it will make your stuff looks like a cloud. Rotate. Okay, and merge. Alright, so now let's see the new layers, which name cloud. And change the object to this layer. Go to change material setting. Go to custom setting. And you can choose in double side as well. Okay. But usually I don't like double side because it will make you confused about the back face and front face. Just choosing self illuminate and alpha transparent. Click OK. and I forget to change the color. And actually, I think we don't need the alpha transparent, just self illuminate. Okay, so now you have a cloud. Alright, so if you want, you can put more. Yeah, some part enlarge. Okay, so this is about the game stage. So next part we are going to do is about um, to set the rhino grasshopper file and make this one interactive. Before that, very important thing to do is that first thing is we need to set a view. And why we need to do that? No matter what kind of tool you're using, don't forget to do that, okay? Because once you set the view, for the rest of the part, you don't have to do the detail. So for example, if I set this one as my view, I don't want to, for the back part, like the detail of the game console or the detail of the backside of the rocket, I don't need to do that anymore. So that's a very important thing. Alright, so let's go to set view, name view, and I want to use an isometry. So let's go to set view and choose an isometry, like this. Alright, so probably this is the final view. And I think you have to change your eye and to choose a nice pose for your model. So for example, this one, okay, I think it's good. So let's go to set view, name view, and set a view. Okay, so this is the model, the stage model for my project. And for sure, you still can do some adjustment. For example, you don't want the sphere to hide your object, you still can do a change. But at least for now, the basic one has been finished. And don't forget to save your file. Alright, so save your file. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. See you next time.